Hey Crosswalk and parents, just wanted to make a quick video update and encouragement for you for our upcoming Bible study. We're starting tonight. We are meeting tonight, Wednesday, January 3rd from 7 to 8 for our Bible study. Everyone is welcome, friends included, even people who haven't been to church before, totally fine. We have a huge room here at the church, tons of tables set up. The sky's the limit. Well, if we get over 200, we might have a problem, but I don't foresee that happening. But hey, you know, the Lord works in mysterious ways. So I want to encourage everyone to come. I have a few notes behind my phone, so I'm just going to use these to kind of walk through this with you. So forgive me if it's distracting. I'm super excited about this book. We are doing Transformed by Truth, Why and How to Study the Bible for Yourself as a Teen. This is another special book in the way that it's written, because it's written by a teen for teenagers. So it's really relatable, it's honest, it's enjoyable, it's challenging. So I really think our students will enjoy this book too. A few things about class schedule. So I mentioned we're starting tonight, Wednesday, January 3rd, 7 p.m. We'll end at 8. Each week beginning this coming week, week 1, students will read one chapter of this book and come ready to review and discuss the questions provided at the end of the chapter. So this week, basically, for example, we are going to be asking students to read chapter 1 and answer the 3 questions at the end of chapter 1. And so that's kind of how I want to structure class. I know it's not always possible, or it's not always going to happen, but this is the hope, this is the standard, this is the desire I have, because I think it will allow us to have a deeper conversation if people come already having the content in their mind of what it is, what the chapter's about. So with that said, I also want to mention one other thing about our class structure. Last quarter, we experimented with an idea that I think went really well. We made, what do we call them? Book folders, summary folders. Basically, all we did was each week I give them a paper of notes about the chapter. All we did was we collected all those, we 3-hole punched them, threw them in a folder, and Bob's your uncle, at the end of the quarter, they just took a whole folder home of all their notes, everything they learned, or all the creative doodles that they drew in class. So we're going to do that again. I hope it's beneficial. I hope it makes what they learned last a little longer, rather than, you know, a bunch of extra sheets floating around the house that eventually get thrown away. I understand how it goes. So just want to let you know about that. I'm excited to do that again this quarter. I want to mention a few things about a weekly routine. This always comes to mind when I think about starting a new Bible study with the students. It's always something that is encouraging to me. I want to build my own weekly routine, my own family routine into our life. And so I want to encourage you with a few thoughts. I really want to challenge students to add this Bible study to their weekly routine. I know they can do it. It may be odd or clunky or inauthentic at first, but I believe that if students can build a weekly routine of reading these chapters and investing in their spiritual lives, it will pay off and they will enjoy it. And I want them to come to class each week prepared, even if it's just for the sake of Tyler told me to. If that's their motivation right now, then so be it. That's okay. I'm not going to hold it over them. If they don't come prepared, they're not going to be penalized in any way. There's no shaming, no nothing like that. I might give them a hard time, but all in love. So a few things about weekly routine. I was just thinking about this. How could we make it possible? Well, there's endless ways to make it work. Use your creativity, whatever works for your schedule, but here's a few ideas. Students could read the chapter, complete the questions before screen time. Maybe it's an expectation you hold to them at home. Or they could save it for a Saturday morning or another downtime that you have during the week. Students could have a family Bible study hour in place of your evening show. So maybe you guys watch a lot of TV at home, and maybe one night you could say on Thursday night or on like Tuesday nights, that's going to be our Bible study night. Everyone's going to gather at the couch. We're going to play a little bit of soft music in the background. We're just going to read for 45 minutes, and we're going to do our work. We're going to do it together. Maybe for homeschoolers, you could consider having your student give a chapter report. Like they read it, they report to you, they share the answers of the discussion questions at the end of the chapter to you, and it's like a conversation. It's like a report that they give to you. Maybe for other families, for students who are, sorry, someone came in the office. So some families who, your student is less inclined to read, they just hate it, they just don't want to do it, they resist it as much as possible. That was me when I was younger. Maybe for them it would be helpful to break up the chunks of the chapter into smaller bite-sized pieces, so it's less overwhelming, more manageable. Maybe that's something you need to consider. However you do it, there's many ways to skin a cat, as the saying goes. I just want to encourage you parents that they can apply themselves. They can learn to read the Bible and study it. And this book is a huge help, a masterful guide to learning this. And I am here to support in any way I can. So if you ever come up to obstacles or there's just a lot of friction in this whole process, please reach out. I'm here for you. I want to help any way I can. The reading, the actual part of reading is actually quite enjoyable. It's understandable. It's not hard. It's written for their level. They can do it. And so I know that if they take the time to invest in their Bible reading skill and passion, because it's not just academic, it's something that we should learn to love, then I know it will compound and it will make a great reward and return in their life down the road. And even immediately, even now, they'll be blessed by the truth of God's word. So just want to encourage you with that. I've written up our class schedule. I'm not going to go through it on the video, but you can read that in the email. And finally, if you haven't ordered a book yet, please do so. They don't have to have it tonight, Wednesday, January 3rd, but if they come next week with it, that's totally fine. They can get started when they get it. But you can order it from the publisher, Crossway, that's where I like to buy it, or you can get it on Amazon. Either way, I'd love for each student to have their own copy. And with that being said, if it's like a burden, if you don't want to deal with like getting one, or if you need help, please let me know. I want to help you order one. We can pay for one with the Crosswalk budget, but just let me know, just reach out. I'd love to help your kiddo in that way. And so I'm excited. Hope you guys can join us. Everyone's welcome. Students should invite friends as always, and let me know if you have any questions. God bless.